Okay, so everybody's talking about Spider-Man 97, which is supposed to be released on Disney Plus before the end of 2023. It's supposed to be a continuation of the original X-Men animated series from 92 to 97. And I think it's supposed to be airing exclusively on Disney Plus. And on one hand, I honestly feel like the 90s themed X-Men animated series is something that a lot of people are going to be very interested in. On the other hand, I think that this could possibly be something that's being done to get subscriptions up for Disney Plus because I read in another article somewhere that when 2023 started, after a couple of months, subscription count had dropped significantly. I think Disney Plus lost like somewhere around like 4 million subscribers when the year first started, and honestly, if that's the case, then this kind of reeks of desperation, you know? And I also think that this is something that is being done to, I guess, bring back lapsed fans of the X Men series because we all know that, anything relation to anime or anything like that regarding X-Men has not been cool since like the 90s, early 2000s. The X-Men movies that came out in the 2000s were pretty cool, but like a lot of people think in the animated series from the 90s was like one of the best things to have come out of the franchise. And honestly, you look at the older, X-Men animated series from the 90s, even though it was a children's show, it was dark, it was edgy, and it was something that you really had to be emotionally invested into to really get what was going on. Because back in the day, if you missed just one episode of like the X Men animated series, pretty much it was hard to catch up because in the recap there was like a lot being explained and it was done so fast in a way where you're trying to put all the pieces together as you're watching the episodes. It was especially confusing when you were watching it as a kid. Spider-Man was a little bit more. I think both were just as complicated to follow. Maybe Spider-Man was easier to follow if you missed an episode or you saw a recap because I guess Spider-Man was the main character and everything was like revolved around him. With X-Men you had multiple characters, you had Wolverine, you have Cyclops, you had Jean Grey, you had Rogue, you had Jubilee, who are all actually returning in X-Men 97. And I think one of the things about one of the things about this upcoming animated series is the fact that the artwork looks almost the same as what we got back in the 90s. And I heard like the original actors from the original series supposed to return. So I think that's going to be something that a lot of people are going to want to check out. And honestly, it's something that is definitely going to turn heads, and I think it's gonna like draw interest from people um who either drop their Disney subscription or who are just once hardcore fans of the X-Men series and really want to like get back into it and want to see what X-Men 97 is going to be like. And the problem is I think that it being exclusively on Disney Plus might be it could be a huge risk, or it could be something that definitely hurts the show itself, because even though the show might be good, if Disney Plus is the only place you can watch it, it's not going to get a ton of exposure. Just adding one show to the Disney Plus subscription is not necessarily going to make 4 million lapsed subscribers reappear and want the service again. So honestly, I have no idea what to expect from X Men 97, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people have high expectations for this animated series. And as it currently stands, I don't think it has an official release date just yet. I'm just hoping that it doesn't get pushed back to 2024. But yeah, this is basically. This is a project from Marvel Studios, and I honestly feel like this would be an opportunity to see whether or not Marvel can still make magic with the X Men series in relation to anything animated, and we'll just have to wait and see how well X Men 97 stacks up in comparison to the original animated series from the 90s.